Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Prop Up & Co. Now this is race 3. We were going to bring you races 1, 2 and 3 all in the same stream, but my phone went mad and everybody started ringing me, so I've had to answer a few calls. All done and dusted now, and we are back and raring to go for race 3. It is of course with the BTCC Championship, our replica championship here at the Ultimate Racing League. We are over at Watkins Glen at the minute in America, 2.45 miles and 7 turns ahead of these guys. Been great racing in the first 2 races, lots of thrills and spills. The chicane catching quite a few out actually, so well, let's hope for a bit more of this, the same in this one. Now let's have a look, see how many we've got on track this time. We've got 9. Keyboard Captain had to retire in race 2, so it doesn't look like he's made it back unfortunately, so we have 9 on the grid. So let's have a look, shall we, and see where they all are. So Grasshopper is in pole position with Unforgiven in 2nd, Sai is 3rd, Phaser is 4th, Thomas is 5th, 6 is Tidders, 7th on the grid is Brian Moncani, Rossi is his 8th, and Matty. Race 2 winner is in 9th. So without further ado, let's get those lights out and get this race underway, shall we? We are of course on the short track, so the lap's very fast and furious as we head down towards turn 1. The 2 BMWs getting there first, Grasshopper and Unforgiven. Unforgiven on the inside, so has got the advantage, but Grasshopper staying with him, so it is a side-by-side sprint now up towards turn 2, and they're hitting the S's. Still Unforgiven on the inside, Grasshopper giving him plenty of room. Grasshopper got the inside now as they go through turn 3 before coming up through turn 4 onto the back straight. Headlights are on, so it is starting to get a little bit dark now. They're still side by side, nothing between these two guys as they head up towards the chicane then for the first time in race 3. Is any of them going to back out, or are they just going to keep going? No, they're going to keep on going. Thomas is up into 3rd, he's chasing those 2 guys down as Unforgiven takes the lead. Grasshopper drops in behind him in 2nd, Thomas is in 3rd. Then we've got a good battle between Rossi and what happened? Hang on a minute, somebody's just taken half of the barriers out now. Let's go back with Matty Older and we can get a better view of all of this. I've just seen debris flying all over the place then. Oh, it got a bit touchy-feely at the back here, didn't it, for Matty, Brian and Sai, but they got through there okay. Now then, who decided to take all of the cones and the barriers out? Oh, well, it looked like Phaser might have clipped a few of them, but they are all still racing, so not a problem there. Now, it might have been Phaser because he slowed up a little bit as Matty goes screaming through. So up to the top then, as we come to near the end of lap 1, it is Unforgiven leading Grasshopper. So 2 BMWs out in front, Thomas in 3rd in the Volvo, although he's got, it looks like Rossi on the inside. Rossi carrying half a second penalty though, but oh, he's being sandwiched, he got squeezed out a little bit there, didn't he? Thomas got to the turn first, and then we've got Tidders and Brian Moncani, who came up very quickly, and Rossi got squeezed out. Rossi was in 3rd, I think. So up through the S's they go, and quite a battle raging here. We've got Brian Moncani and Tidders side by side. Rossi carrying a half a second penalty. He's still in the mix though, isn't he? Sai's creeping up as well. Phaser is not that far behind as we go into the chicane. There's a lot of cars in there. He's not going to end well, surely. Well, they've proved me wrong and they've got through it. Fantastic stuff. I think Matty had to go mainly across the curb, and he's going to serve a penalty. He picked a penalty up, and I think that was the curb that done it. So penalty being served then by Matty. It's not costing, well, I would say it's not costing that much. It has. It's dropped him down to 9th, but he was only about 7th anyway. So Matty in 9th. He's got to mount his charge all over again. Oh, who's that? That's Thomas. Where's Thomas been? Where's Thomas been? Did he go off somewhere, go to the toilet or something? Oh no, there was a bit of a touch there with Brian Moncani. He went that wide, I thought he'd actually left the track. Back on he comes, just alongside Phaser. Lucky there was no contact there. So Thomas down in 7th, Phaser in 9th. No, Thomas down in 8th. Oh, look at this, 3 wide into turn 1. This is what we like to see. Matty just getting his nose in front of those two guys. Oh, where's Rossi going? It is all happening here in race 2. What's happening here? Brian Moncani and Rossi battling it out for P4. Rossi slots in behind Brian Moncani, looking all good at the minute. Now then, was there contact or something? I don't know. Brakes are on. Oh, no, I think there may have been a little bit of contact. Rossi across the grass to try and avoid it. It's in Brian Moncani, but Brian goes off anyway. Comes back on. It's Rossi. Oh, it is all chaos. I love it. Fraser goes through, Rossi drops to the back, Fraser goes through, carrying half a second as usual. It wouldn't look right, would it, without Fraser having a red box above the car? Unlucky for Rossi. I bet he's absolutely cursing. I can hear him now. Brian Moncani up into 7th. It's all good stuff as Brian Moncani goes all sideways again. He's got... this is fantastic stuff. I'm not laughing at Brian driving, it's just what's happening. He goes and gets himself half a second. That was a big old drift from Brian in the Honda there as he goes through that chicane. That chicane is really throwing up some problems, isn't it, today? So Brian, he's got to carry that half a second all the way around for one more lap. Well, let's go up to the top, shall we? Unforgiven out in front and opening up quite a gap actually. He's on the soft tyres. He's got Grasshopper behind him. He's on the mediums. And, well, he's doing everything he possibly can to keep Tidders behind him. Tidders is a fierce old fighter, is Tidders. He doesn't mind getting his elbows out if he has to. He is on the soft tyres, so he has got the advantage as far as the rubber goes. Just biding his time, I think, is Tidders, just before he can make his move on Grasshopper. But the longer he leaves it, the further Unforgiven gets away. We can just see further Unforgiven up the road there, just about to enter into the chicane. So Tidders really does need to get by Grasshopper as quickly as he possibly can so that he can then start mounting an attack on Unforgiven. You can see Tidders almost straight lining through the chicane there and picking up half a second for his trouble. That's how much he needs to get past Grasshopper. He really is pushing him as he comes around turn 5, gets on the inside. He is going to carry that half a second for another lap then. So Grasshopper just has to keep Tidders behind him. Matty is in 4th while those the two guys up ahead are battling. It gives him a chance to catch up and get involved in this little party. Then we've got Sai, he's in 5th. He's got Rossi just behind him, followed very, very closely by Brian Moncani. Into the final turn they go and head towards the start-finish to start lap 5. Fastest man on track at the minute is Tidders, a 1:14.6, and Tidders has just made it up to P2. So let's just see that. I just noticed that there. And it was at turn 1. He got himself on the inside of Grasshopper. He did exactly what he needs to do. He's using the softer compound tyres to full effect there to get that move done on Grasshopper. Good clean move from him. So he moves up into P2 now, but he is going to serve that half second. All Grasshopper's got to do, let's jump on board with Grasshopper, shall we? All he's got to do is stay with Tidders. I mean, if he can get the move done, and he is putting a challenge in, that Mercedes, look at it going. He's like lightning in a straight line. He is going to hit the chicane first. This is exactly what Grasshopper wanted, because Tidders is going to be serving that half a second very shortly as soon as they exit turn 5. Tidders having another look though, isn't he? He's going to, even though he's got 1.5 seconds. Ouch! That is going to hurt. No, I'm not. Where's he picked that up? Let's just, you know what? Let's just go back. I don't want to keep going back, but let's do. I don't want to go back, but I'm going to have to, because I want to know where Tidders picks this extra second up. Maybe it's sort of a punishment because you've got a punishment. You've been naughty once, don't do it again. Oh, you've done it again. What? We're going to give you another bigger penalty. Oh, there you go. Look, there, track limits all over the place there. He really is pushing hard, so that's where he picked his 1.5 up. Will he serve it all in this go? I'm pretty sure he will, actually. So Matty's going to benefit from this then. Yeah, brakes slammed on. You can see the nose of that Mercedes dipping as the brake gets slammed on. So Tidders drops down to 4th. He's going to come under attack now from Sai, who's going to go by him quite easily, I think. Oh, Sai, no, Sai's favourite penalty position. He's got that one. I think he saved it. I think Sai managed to get that Mitsubishi slowed down. He's now alongside Tidders, and Sai didn't pick a penalty up there. What fantastic stuff. He's learnt his lesson in race 2. He kept going wide there at turn 6. But he's now on the inside, and it looks like Matty's going to make a move as well on Tidders. Oh, it is all nice and tight in there. Brian Moncani's in there. Rossi is in there as well. What a fantastic little battle we got going on here between these four. Unforgiven and Grasshopper have gone up the road. They are battling away. No, it's not. It's Unforgiven, sorry. Unforgiven's got quite a decent gap, but it's Grasshopper and Matty Holden that are battling away for P2 at the minute. Grasshopper lucky, I was going to say lucky if he gets away with that one. He did cut quite a bit of that corner on the exit of the chicane. That chicane really is causing problems for these guys in these BTCC replica cars. Of course, they're all road cars that have been tuned. A lot of work goes on in the background to get the tuning done on these cars. I haven't got a clue. I wouldn't even know where to start, but there's some guys in the background who spend quite a bit of time tuning and messing about with these cars to get them up to this racing standard. So well done to those guys. So Grasshopper with another half a second then. Matty in third. He would dearly love to get by him before they get to the penalty zone, but he doesn't necessarily have to. But I think he is mounting a challenge now as they come through turn 2 and go up the hill through the S's. It is Grasshopper and Matty side by side. Great clean racing between the two of them. No door bashing whatsoever. It is Grasshopper on the outside. If they get to that chicane side by side, Matty's going to have the advantage. He's going to hit the chicane first. Grasshopper just needs to ease off and let him through. Keep it nice and clean. You don't want to pick up any more penalties, do you? No, he's not. So Grasshopper will serve that penalty. That will allow Matty to take off and open up a little bit of a gap between himself and Grasshopper. Sai then in fourth. He's going to get on after Grasshopper. He's not going to get close enough, I don't think, on this lap, and Grasshopper can get back up to full speed again. Sai on the soft tyres. Brian Moncani just behind him, also on the soft tyres. As we go around turn 7 then, for the 7th time, let's have a look at the time. We are hit 9 minutes, so 6 minutes of this race left, the final race here in Watkins Glen on the short track. Bit of a battle going on for 6. This is more like it. We don't like to see all the cars spread out, do we? Rossi holding on to P6. He's got Tidders behind him in 7th as Tidders makes the move on the exit of turn 1 up towards turn 2, and Tidders moves up into 6th as we hit the S's. So Tidders now got Brian Moncani fixed firmly in his sights. We'll go on board with Tidders, shall we? Quick look behind us, and there is Rossi getting into the slipstream in that Subaru, heading towards the chicane. I'm not so sure that Rossi's going to get close enough to mount a challenge into the chicane. No, he's not. Oh, it's Brian. Oh, as that car gets all sorts of out of shape. And you can see Tidders wrestling the steering wheel of that Mercedes. Yeah, Brian, the mistake that Brian made coming out of the chicane has allowed Tidders through. It has also allowed Rossi to go through as well. So Brian has to drop into 7th. So Tidders up to 5th now and got nice and tight through this turn. This is where a lot of penalties have been picked up as well. Oh, as Grasshopper's now got 1.5 seconds. That is going to put a big smile on Tidders' face. I think it's also going to benefit Rossi as well, who's currently in 6th at the minute. Now Tidders would dearly love to get by Grasshopper, wouldn't he, before we get to the penalty zone. I think Grasshopper has just got to be extra careful now. He doesn't want to pick up any more penalties. So Tidders really putting the pressure on. Grasshopper just needs to try and ignore Tidders behind him. Grasshopper 1.5 seconds. Wow, it must have been carrying half a second and then got another penalty to pick that one up. Watkins really is punishing these guys if they even go an inch over track limits. So up to the chicane we go for the 9th time. Keep it nice and steady. Try and keep it on that grey stuff. You can nick a little bit of curb. Oh, Grasshopper taking a bit too much grass there, but I think he may have got away with it. Tidders practically pushing Grasshopper around. He's having a right good sniff around the rear end of Grasshopper's BMW. There we go, brakes slammed on. The Grasshopper. Tidders goes through. Now then, is Brian Moncani going to get the run on him? Yes, he is. Rossi as well as they come up towards turn 6. So Brian Moncani and Rossi both go by Grasshopper. Rossi up to 6th, Brian Moncani up to 5th. Let's just go and have a look and see what's happening with the leader, Unforgiven. Well, He is out there in front, isn't he, and enjoying himself. It is. You know what? We're the one missing. We're missing Thomas in the Volvo. Where has Thomas gone? That's unfortunate for Thomas. He was doing well in the Volvo. Wasn't having a great race here at Watkins, but overall in the championship he was doing really well. Maybe this track has just proved too much, and the car suffered too much. He's had to retire, but never mind, we have got some guys on the track. So Unforgiven out in front by quite a margin actually. Matty Older in second, and just in the background there we can see Cy coming around the corner. Cy, he's been in amongst it, hasn't he, for these 3 races, and I think, do you know what, Cy deserves a podium. He's holding on to P3. Where are we? 12.5 minutes, so 2.5 minutes to go. He's just got to hold on, although he's got Tidders all over the back of him, both on the soft tyres, both about the same wear. Tidders just slightly better. Got just a little bit more rubber, and the way he's sniffing around the rear end of Cy's car, it is only a matter of time before Tidders decides to make his move as they go down towards turn 1 then. It is Cy that's going to get there first. Tidders though looking for a good exit. Keeps it nice and tight. Oh, Cy went very wide. He's staying on that curb, which you're allowed to do. But Tidders has got himself up on the inside and moves up into P3. Cy just dropping in behind him and going to try and pick up the slipstream. Nan and Cy, can he fight back before they get to the chicane? He is tight enough and close enough to Tidders, and there we go. He has to pull to the outside. He's not allowed to do any bump drafting, and that little Mitsubishi goes flying by Tidders. So Cy back up into P3 with 1.5 minutes to go lap. So we should get one more lap out of this race at least. Tidders then in 4th, holding on. He's got to try and push again to get past Cy. It looks like he's going to do it here as they come around the hairpin at turn 5. And Tidders alongside Cy. Cy's got the inside line into turn 6, but Tidders isn't that bothered about that. He's just going to go all the way around the outside. There you go, have it. He's now on the inside for turn 7. He should get a good run out of here, and does. So these two just swapping places, back and fro, back and fro. So at the minute then, it is Tidders in P3 with Cy in 4th. Brian Moncani in 5th. He's carrying half a second, so I don't think he's going to improve on that unless something happens to the guys up ahead of him. Then we've got Rossi in 6th. Grasshopper in 7th. Fazer. Oh, 2 seconds for Fazer. Wow. Oh no, Thomas is there. Thomas is there in the... I thought he'd left. He's that far back. I thought he'd actually left the track. But he's not. He's battling away with Fazer at the back. So Thomas is in 8th. Fazer carrying 2 seconds. Wow. I just feel for Fazer. 3 seconds. I feel for you, Fazer. I really do. It's I don't know. Are you going to see how many you can pick up, how many penalty points you can actually pick up in one race? So with time up now, we see Unforgiven. Is going to be a very comfortable win for Unforgiven as he comes around the final turn. Then he's going to be staring at that checkered flag. Well done to Unforgiven. A fantastic race from him, and he takes the win. Matty Older is going to cross the line in 2nd. Great racing from Matty. Tidders across the line in 3rd. He'll be pleased with that. Cy in 4th. Brian Moncani will cross the line in 5th, just ahead of Rossi in 6th. Grasshopper takes 7th. Thomas will finish in 8th. Sorry, Thomas, I really thought you'd left the building, but no, you hadn't. You were just loitering around at the back. So Thomas finishing in 8th. Fazer's parked up somewhere, serving his penalty. Oh no, here he comes. I thought he'd got out of the car because he'd had that many penalties to serve, but Fazer finishing 9th. This will be a race he'll want to forget. Well, thanks for watching. Sorry it was a little bit disjointed there in the middle, but when the boss calls, you have to answer. So thanks for watching. I shall catch you up. I do believe we've got one more to try and catch up on, Blue Moon, so I'll get round to that as quickly as I possibly can. So thanks for watching, and I shall catch you all soon.